Alright, and welcome back to the channel, everybody, and I hope you're doing fine. Today we're gonna have a little bit of a different video because I'm gonna talk about something that I do not like about Hunt Showdown. Since now probably a very long time, actually. And
is it because of all the bugs? Oh, it's totally
no.
the bugs right now, right?
No?
Maybe the left side peak?
No. Alright, okay, let me just get something straight, right? I know that currently with the bugs that we have in the game, they are annoying, and there's quite a bit. But I'm actually talking about a game feature, like a game mechanic that is in the game since probably almost forever, but the more you play something, the more you realize that, well, I'm just gonna say it's an issue, alright? Whenever I say, well, that's an issue, then it's only reflecting my personal opinion, okay? We're gonna talk today about health bars. Health bars is... If you're not familiar with this, if you're really absolutely new to Hunt Showdown, you have like small and big bars. Small bars are 25, big bars are 50. So if you get downed, doesn't matter if the boss slapped you, if a grunt killed you, if a player put you down, you're losing one of these bars. You can get these bars back by either banishing a boss, at least currently, or by leaving the match and rebuying them with skill points. There is no other option. Now, what is now the issue that I have with this mechanic? So, first of all, you must know that you have some a very high damage arsenal in Hunt Showdown. So you have a lot of weapons that deal more than 125 damage. Basically all long ammo, but also some medium ammo, like the Springfield or the Weatherly, if you're close enough, can one-tap you to a chest shot, or with a chest shot, should you be missing a bar. If you miss a big bar, then almost the whole rifle arsenal in Hunt Showdown can actually kill you with an upper torso shot. And honestly, that is kinda not fun. I'm gonna discuss this now a little bit more, so timestamps in the description, because I don't like bitching about something and then not trying to come up with solutions. The issue that I have with this is, whenever people spawn at the boss and it's single bounty, they kill the boss, they banish it, there's basically no way anymore for you to get your health bars back. And it's absolutely random spawning at the boss, right? There's nothing with skill involved. You either spawn at the boss or you don't. Of course, if everybody spawns from, you know, the same distance from the boss, then it can argue it becomes a skill or a time race to find the boss, but in reality, you have plenty of matches. And in the first 5 minutes you have either like the single bounty banished or one of the two bounties banished, or even both, if it's getting super weird. So you have your PvP battle, then you get ambushed, you engage people, you get downed, but you know, your teammate revives you, you keep fighting and you win. So you had an awesome PvP fight, most likely, lost a bar or maybe even two. Even as a solo, this can happen when you get hit by a Hellfire, which destroys without soft skin a small bar immediately, or some crazy dudes play Incendiary Ammo or Dragon Breath, which happens a little bit more and more due to the quest lines that we have. And here comes the big issue for me. And this is actually from a mix between solo point of view and team point of view. With that being said, I play Hunt Showdown, I would say 80% of the time as a solo player. I mean, you can see my YouTube uploads and my streams, they're mostly solo play. If I lose a bar and the banish already happened, that's basically GG on a higher level of elo. Why? Because currently long ammo is the meta. This is my opinion right now. Of course, you can argue with me right here. Some people think, oh yeah, dude, Slug's shotgun are meta. You have people who say, yeah, I don't know, high velocity Winnie is meta, which both of these guns are really, really good. But I personally think that a long ammo sniper even, they are basically the top predator in Hunt Showdown. If you can play it, that means good aim, good rotation, good positioning skills, okay? And there's just plenty of Lebels, Mosin, still some uppercuts out there. It's crazy. So you lose a bar, all of these guns will body tap you. And it's just not fun, because of course it's way easier to kill somebody with a body shot compared to shooting them in the head. And very often you can actually hear in the distance, you know, some long ammo shots, and then the boss gets banished. Which is, you know, a strong hint, let's put it that way, that the dudes who killed the bounty play long ammo. And you're running around with 125, which is still okay, or maybe even 100, which is getting pretty tough right now. So it's not fun for both sides, in my opinion, to continue playing from this how do you call this, from this scenario, right? So the people attacking missing bars due to a previous fight, they have no chance to get a boss banish anymore because, well, there is only one, maybe two. And they have to push long ammo rifles, and they're missing bars, and they know a body tap will kill them, right? Doesn't matter if you're missing 25 or 50. The moment you fight in compounds, long ammo body taps will kill you. End of discussion. Now, you can, of course, just say, well, then just extract and rebuy the bars. Fair enough, you can do that. If you want to play it safe, you can do that. But, you know, the people defending the boss lair, they have maybe 1 or 2 teams not even showing up. And the servers might feel even empty. I don't know if that is the best approach to this. And I said already, really, I don't know, very often during my streams that there needs to be more ways to get health bars back. And in my opinion, this should be something that you achieve by doing PvP. So, you see my issue now that I have with the health bars? Even from a solo point of view, if you get unlucky with Torch Grunt, Yellow Barrel, Alert Trip Mine, or people shooting you with Dragon Breath or Incendiary rounds, it's even more severe because, well, if you can't even survive body taps anymore as a solo, this is almost a death sentence, right? I push boss lairs then because, well, if it happens, it's a nice YouTube video, but it's not the right/smart play. So, I want to talk now about a couple solutions. Possible solution number 1, dog tag mechanic. Now, before people go something like this, oh my god, dog tag mechanic? Well, that's basically just stealing from Escape from Tarkov. This is actually not what I mean. I'm not talking about the dog tag mechanic in Escape from Tarkov, but it works similar. So you kill somebody, right? And they have 1 soul shot. Now, these ideas might not be super fleshed out, so I'm not saying, hey, that has to be rule of 2, so both of you can loot 1. There might just be 1. This is then a balance point, right? This is just now the rough base idea. So people have soul shots that you can loot from them, you can call it whatever, actually it doesn't matter. And once you have 3 of these soul shots collected from people that died, you can start a ritual. Maybe there are like a couple shrines on the map, 3, 4, 5, maybe you don't need a shrine. And you can start a ritual, which is basically a mini banish, and that gives you maybe a bar back. Maybe 2, maybe all bars. See, this is then, you can discuss this then in the balance section. Just a rough idea, okay? How many shots you need to collect? Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. Is it at a shrine? Does it need to be at a location? Or can you just do it wherever? Will there be a notification on the map? So you have to survive for a minute and people know that you're doing your ritual? I don't know. But I would like to see this because the people who are doing a lot of PvP are the people who lose the most bars. But if they success in their PvP fight, they can get these bars back and can still fight. They're still at a disadvantage, most likely, because they're losing medkits during the fight, they're losing consumables during the fight. But at least you can still fight with 150 hit points. You're not getting body tapped by, I don't know, what is probably right now 80% of the arsenal of the high MMR players. Long ammo. Or slugs or whatever. Doesn't matter. Dying to body taps it just feels not too great. Now, of course, there's crossbows and shotguns, and they kill you, you know, with body taps as well, but the distance is completely different. Now, so this would be the dog tag mechanic. Let's discuss now a little bit the balance of it. I personally think you should loot, or you must loot 2 to 3 soul shards to start the ritual, and at max you get a 50 bar back. So if you're missing 2 small ones, you get that back. If you're missing a big bar, you get that back. I think that is fair. I personally would like some shrines where you can initiate the ritual. There is then maybe a small notification in the area that, hey, a player started a dark ritual. Go and try to stop them for, you know, your solid victory or whatever. And people have to survive at the shrine for a minute, and that's it. And then they have their bars back. So people would have an idea that, you know, people are getting their bars back. It's also something that you cannot do quickly during an ongoing PvP fight, because this is something that I probably don't want to see, that you can restore burned bars completely. This is not important, completely. During a PvP fight, an ongoing PvP fight. I think during your combat, no way that you should get your bars back easily. Alright, so this is something that you can use after the fight when you survive and you're successful. You collect your soul shards, you go to a shrine or whatever. You do a mini banish event and you get your bars back. That would be my favorite first possible solution. Okay, let's talk about the next one. A trait, Soul Snatcher. Now, I don't know why I have like this whole soul thing in my head with soul shards and soul snatcher for a trait. Let me be honest with this one here. This possible solution, I'm not super happy with this one because, well, the idea is that, well, there's actually multiple ideas. So the first one is you loot a dead body and you restore a small bar. All right, this is something that I don't like, honestly, because, well, you can probably pull that off during a PvP fight. So to counter that, you could make it a very long interaction. You know, maybe 30 seconds or something like that, that you have to basically collect that. You have to hold still while you're doing that, so you're vulnerable while you do that. That would be one solution. If it's just like now, you loot somebody and you have the bar back, that is nonsense. And it is actually pretty easy to pull it off. Now, another trade option could be that it's just ignoring the first time that you get downed, right? So you have a trade, Soul Protection, okay? And you get downed and you're not losing a bar. So the first bar that you would lose, the trade saves you. Make it... It's actually pretty strong, right? 4 to 6 points maybe? Something like that. So you can see, you can work with these traits, and honestly, it's way easier to implement than the whole dog tag mechanic. So it's more likely that, should they ever address this topic, which they should, that it's probably more a trait than the actual dog tag mechanic. There is one more thing though, that I would like to show you, and I'm gonna talk about that right now. So our final solution, possible solution, an Adrenalin Shot. Now, we have already a crap ton of shots, right? We have a Wit Shot, Stamp Shot, Antidote Shot, we have a Regeneration Shot, and I would like to introduce to you guys right now the Adrenalin Shot. Now, the Adrenalin Shot works like a Stamp Shot, so the small one is 5 minutes, the big one is 10 minutes, and it restores all your destroyed bars for that period of time. Super important, it's only giving you the bars back, but it's not healing you. So if you're at 75 HP and a small bar and a big bar missing, you take the small Adrenalin Shot, you get the bars back, but they're empty for 5 minutes. Once the shot wears off, the bars are again destroyed. I kinda like this one because A, it's limited, and it's just giving you this one opportunity. Hey, for 5 or maybe 10 minutes for this upcoming engagement, I can fight at full health and have an equal footing with the other players. Now, why should it not heal you full? Because there is, like, you know, a certain... Well, a couple people messaged me actually after the stream the last time, and it, yeah, I read that kind of like this. But my long hammer solo play. This is totally killing the solo play. So yeah, let's address this in the final chapter. I have to say, I mean, he sounded a little bit meh, to be honest, but it's a fair point. Solo play might get bent over by more opportunities to get bars back. Now the question is that really a bad thing? Because Hunt Showdown is not designed for solo play. It was always for, like, the initial Hunt Showdown was 2v2. There was no trio queue, so only teams of 2 and solos. For everybody in the stream chat and in the YouTube comment section, oh, I want a Hunt Showdown solo queue. That would be amazing. Most likely not. Back in the days, a long time ago, they actually had for a weekend an event where people could solo queue into Bounty Hunt. And it was an absolute nightmare. Now, I'm fully aware that a few, you know, anti-camping mechanics like the glowing of the boss, showing you if there's somebody around, the clues going off and stuff like that, that did not exist back in the days. So it was way easier to clue camp or boss camp. Now, but still, people did not fucking move during this event. Everybody was running shotguns, sitting in buildings, sitting in boss lairs, just waiting for somebody to pass, and nobody moved. Now, of course, 3 years passed or something like that, the mentality and the tools that the players have changed. So maybe it's different today. I honestly don't think that you will get these super epic constant 1v1s. I think you will get either people camp non-stop with shotguns again, or you will get third-party non-stop. I think that's what would happen when they introduce a solo queue ever. You know what? Maybe they can just do it again for a weekend and then people can get a taste of that themselves. Alright. Then the next thing is the first possible solution with the dog tag mechanic is not something that you can do during combat. Right? They need to kill the solo player to get his soul shard, to get any value for getting their bars back. The trade is something that is the lazy and easy way to do it, and yes, a trait that basically saves the first bar that gets destroyed. It's difficult because you probably do not get any intel. Like, okay, does this guy have a trait now or not? So I downed this guy, I'm shooting him again with the sparks and torso, he survives. Well, fuck me, I guess, right? And the Adrenalin Shot, yeah, it works similar to the trait. People are again at 150 during combat, but you can still play the endurance game with the medical supplies, right? You hit the people with the sparks a couple times, they will just run out of meds. That's why I'm saying the Adrenalin Shot should not heal on top, because it might be too strong. But yes, solo players will be at a disadvantage. And that's why I think the first method would be the best. The first method lets you get your bars back if you actually won and it's not working during an active firefight, which I personally think is really good. The trait options, the Adrenalin Shot, I would take them, but I would not be super happy with them. Now, I personally think, should they ever do something like that, the trait and the Adrenalin Shot, they have a fair chance of actually happening. The whole dog tag mechanic probably needs too much to actually make it into the game. Alright, let me know in the comment section what you think about this. It's a very spicy topic. But I would be curious. Alright, that's it. Let's roll the outro. So that's it for today. No gameplay, just listening to an entitled streamer thinking he knows everything about the game. That is great. You know what I'm gonna say now? Big thank you, the usual, to these people right here, my beautiful patrons. Thank you so much for all the support you're dropping to me. Thank you for watching. Maybe I do a couple more discussion videos in the future, because I get a lot of questions about the balance in Hunt Showdown. I see you in the next one. Until then, have a good day and bye-bye.